Welcome to Nairobi. I've been all over the streets. I've run all over the streets. I've gotten into cars with strangers. I've partied with strangers. I've done all types of nutty stuff. But I ain't never been robbed, right? I ain't never been robbed. Ooh, I got robbed and I was mad. Ooh, I was mad. He grabs my arm and he just pulls. Hey y'all, what's up? So I decided on this video, instead of doing like this is how I did or whatever, I said let me throw in a couple of these little stories about the real fuckery that I be getting into out here in these streets. I don't know about y'all, but I am definitely a person where trouble finds me. I like trouble. I don't mind it. I am a person who just loves a good old-fashioned adventure. I am a say yes person. I am a person where if you say to me, Rita, you want to go do this? Yes. Rita, you want to try that? Yes. I'm a yes person. I generally no is not the first thing that I say. And I mean, it leads to a good time. Sometimes it doesn't. And so I thought to myself, why don't I also throw in just a couple of stories here and there of just some of the stuff that I deal with as we have been building and growing our business and finding these different things. So, when I first got out here, everybody was just like, Rita, you have to be careful of your phone and careful of where you go and where you walk and what you do. And, I've been all over, right? So far I've been to about 84 different countries in the world. A lot of these countries I've visited more than 10, 20 times. So, I've been out there, right? I grew up in, for all intents and purposes, my formative years, I grew up in Miami, MIA, 305 Dade County. And I've been all over the streets. I've run all over the streets. I've gotten into cars with strangers. I've partied with strangers. I've done all types of nutty stuff. But I ain't never been robbed, right? I ain't never been robbed. I ain't never had nobody run up on me, do no wild stuff, right? And I'm telling you, I used to live in Brooklyn back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Come on, whatever. That all changed on a Sunday afternoon, on the Lord's Day. On a Sunday afternoon, I got robbed, y'all. Ooh, I got robbed. Ooh, I got robbed and I was mad. Ooh, I was mad. So a girlfriend of mine had invited me out to go have Sunday, just to go have lunch, have some drinks and kick it, right? This was 2018. This was 2018 and shit was not going right for me, okay? I was having a hard time getting my licenses for my liquor, for my wine. I was having a hard time getting my bank papers done. And it was just every single thing, it was just something, right? Somebody wants something. Somebody's harassing you. Somebody's running up on you. And sometimes it's back up. Back up. Give me a break. Fuck off. Leave me alone. Back up. So anyways, this girl invites me out to brunch. And I was all right, cool. Let me go out there. I used to walk in that neighborhood all the time, right? So anytime the house girl would leave, I would walk her during the week down to for her to go catch the bus, just get some exercise, just get out the house, just kind of see how the people were. So I'm walking in this relatively high-end neighborhood, minding my business, and I'm walking to the restaurant, right? And for me, and maybe this is just how I run myself in the streets, but I don't really ever put both ear pods in my ears when I'm walking in the street, just I can hear stuff and just know what's going on around me, right? So I was walking and then I had on long sleeves, right? I had long sleeves and I was well, let me tuck my phone up inside of my bra. And then I had the earbud wire running down and I had it through one ear and I had the other one open, right? So I'm walking, minding my business, walking to lunch, and I see these two boys walking towards me, right? And they must have been teenagers, maybe 17, 18, around in that young knucklehead age, right? So they're walking towards me and we're coming up. And then right when they got probably 2 feet in front of me, I see the kid who's on my left side, he flashes a sign to his friend. So I see the little sign flash, and then immediately after, this kid on the left, he grabs my arm and he just pulls me, right? Oh! Grabs me, y'all, and pulls me to him. Ooh-wee. It was not his day. So now, like I said, I've been going through it. I've been going through it. It's around Thanksgiving time, and the one holiday that is my holiday where I know we're doing family fun time is Thanksgiving. So here I am by myself, over here in this apartment by myself, and I'm mad, right? Like, I'm already mad, right? Because everything is like getting messed up. Like, one thing after another, after another, after another. I was mad. And when I tell y'all, all that madness came out. So now this boy grabs my arm, he pulls me. So then I grab his arm back and I rip him towards me. Like, just, I rip him towards me, right? I used to have an ex-boyfriend who used to always teach me like fight moves and like how to get out of stuff. And all of a sudden his training, like, it springs to mind, right? And I remember he used to always say, like, once you get their feet out from under, just wild out on this man, right? So now I grab this little monkey by his little neck and I'm wilding on him. I'm beating him in the head. I'm beating him here. I'm beating him on the head. It's like his head is just doing like those bobbleheads, right? Like, and I'm beating on him, I'm hitting on him, and I'm screaming, help me, help me, help me. And I'm screaming on him. I'm trying to sweep out his legs from under him because I knew once I got his ass on the floor, I was about to stomp the shit out that little boy. You hear me? I was about to stomp the shit out that little boy. His friend now, he's just like shook. He's like, oh God, oh my God, right? Because it was like, this was supposed to be an easy target. What the hell is going on? Like, what kind of Twilight Zone shit is this, right? So I'm beating on this little boy, the friend now kind of like gets with it. And he's like, oh shit, what happened, right? So now the friend pushes me off of the boy, right? He pushes me. So I lose my grip on the kid. And now my phone actually stumbles out because this whole time my phone was still tucked inside. My phone stumbles out, hits the floor. And then that little kid kind of like, you know, like those little Gumby little kids that they are, little soft bone motherfuckers that they are, wiggles himself out, grabs my phone, and they start running. So my lunatic behind, y'all, I start running after them. I literally take off running after them. I reached out and I grazed the boy's back of his shirt. Like, I felt the ripples of his shirt hit my fingers. And I almost had him. Now, mind you, I'm screaming, right, this whole time. So now at the end of the street, from some of the like housing compounds, some of the security guards come out, right? Because they're like, what is going on? So they see these two little Gumby kids running. They see my big ass running behind them. And I'm screaming because I'm fucking pissed, right? Like, I was tight. So one of the security guards grabs one of the kids, right? And he grabs him. I was like, yes, I'm about to wild out on this little kid. But like the security guard was like a little bit older. He's probably like in his like 50s or so. And you know, these little 18, 19-year-old kids with like these little soft bones. He just wriggled right out from him like he was like in water. Just wiggles out and he takes off running. Ooh, I was so mad. And those little boys, they ran off of my phone. And what sucks is it was an iPhone. And the thing is, you'll realize like out here, iPhones are not big, right? Nobody has, like, local people generally do not have iPhones. You don't see iPhones in the market, right? Like, you're not just going anywhere and just be like, oh, whatever, right? So it's like these little boys then stole my iPhone, and that iPhone was my life, right? Like, all my notes were in there, my folders were in there, like everything, you know? And what's so annoying is like they stole it, but it's not like they even had like a charger to get at it to use it later. So it's like y'all just went through all of that for, you know, a worthless phone to y'all. And we had to go through all of this in the middle of the street. Ooh, I was so mad. So now I'm in the street. I ain't got no phone. I'm mad. My wrist is hurting, y'all. Like, ooh, my wrist was hurting. So, you know, I was like rotating and I was like, all right, as long as you could do that, you ain't break it. So at least that made me feel good because I was like, every time my wrist hurt, I knew that little boy's head was hurting. I knew that boy probably had like a migraine for the next 3 days. I hope he told all his little slummy little friends that he got his ass beat by a girl. I hope that they learned their lesson. Don't just run up on everybody because you don't know everybody. And then I was like, well, you're still hungry. You might as well go get you a little drink. And so I walked to the restaurant and I got drunk with my girlfriend. Actually, I didn't even really get drunk because my adrenaline was still running so high. remember I told my family about it, and they were like, Rita, you're crazy. You're stupid. Why? Like, what if he would have had a gun? What if he would have had a knife? We would have had to deal with it when we would have had to deal with it, okay? In that moment, everything turned off. Everything went red, and I went loose. I was like a wild hurricane in the streets. For those of y'all who remember Hurricane Rita in the state of Florida, that was me out there. I went loose, y'all. I went loose. I don't even know if those boys would have had the time to pull out no knife or no whatever acting. I was like a grill in the streets, you know what I mean? But anyways, that was my first time being robbed ever in my life. I've never gotten into a fist fight with two little kids in my life, and here we are. And so what did we learn on this thing? That anybody can get got, but you got to be ready and stay ready, all right? And now I kind of feel like, I got my cherry popped. It wasn't the best way to get your cherry popped, you know what I'm saying? But I got my cherry popped, and now it's like hilarious when you tell people, it's like, I got robbed here, and it's like, karibu tena, you have been robbed. Welcome to Nairobi. And so, guys, shit happens. We're out here, but we got one life to live, and we live it to the fullest. So this is just one of my little stories when my first time I got robbed. My name is Rita. I'm out here living the life, building the dream. I want to help you guys do the very same. Subscribe, hit me up, DM me, you got questions. You want to discuss some of the things that you're thinking about. How do you get out here? What do you want to do? Hit me up, let me know. We are here for you. All right, thanks y'all. Bye.